Alright guys, today I'm bringing you a legendary item guide on Borderlands 3, and in this video we'll be looking at the Dahl SMG, known as the Crader's EM-P5. The red text on the weapon reads, dust off the beta EM-P5, and what's special about this weapon is it will give you a speed boost whilst you're holding the weapon. This speed boost isn't just minor either, it's a very noticeable one. If I show you a side-by-side comparison of me running a certain distance with and without this gun, then you'll notice that I get to the destination much quicker than if I was to not be holding it. Not only that, you'll also have increased accuracy whilst you're airborne, and this could be noticeable by if you jump, then the crosshairs will shrink, and also the difference between hip firing when you're stationary and on the floor and when you're in the air shows that the spread is a lot more confined and compact when you're in the air, and this is just again to show off the fact that you get increased accuracy whilst you're in the air. Now, to get this weapon, I believe this is being considered as one of the rarest guns in the game at the moment, just because either source for this gun can be very tedious to farm. The first and the newest one is the Valkyrie squad in the new raid on Maliwan's Blacksite. This is sort of the halfway boss for the new raid. That means to get it from them, you'll have to go through the entirety of the first half of the raid and then defeat them in order to get a chance to get this to drop. And then if you don't get it, then you'll have to restart and go through that entire process again. And not only that, this gun can only drop on Mayhem 4 mode, so you have to do all of this in Mayhem 4. For console users, this is probably the method that you're going to have to do. Unfortunately, I don't have any means to test this on console to see if there's any sort of efficient way you can go around getting this weapon. But assuming that the best way on console is to farm the Valkyrie squad, I will be covering some really good builds that you can use in Mayhem 4 to make your life a little bit easier whilst you're going through the raid on Mayhem 4. Those will be coming out in the future though. If I find any good ones, they'll be in the description, so if I really like them and I think they're really good, then yeah, they'll be in the description below. For PC, however, people are opting to go for the secondary source, which is Pain. He is a part of the Pain and Terror duo, and unfortunately, as painful as the Valkyrie squad is to farm, Pain is a one-time kill throughout the entirety of the story. Considering you first encounter Pain and Terror about 5 hours into the game, you pretty much rule out consoles being able to farm this method, because there is no method of being able to back up the save and then just restarting the save at the point just before Pain and Terror. I just want to say a brief thank you to WTF1237BBQ for helping me get through the story as quick as I did. His Amara build on steroids kept me sane whilst going through the story. It was honestly just a lot of fun to see him prancing around like he was. But for you PC players, if you do opt to do it yourself, then you could go all the way up until when you defeat Agonizer 5000, save and quit, so this saves just before you kill Pain and Terror, and then if you tab out of your game and go into your save files, the path of how to get into your save files on Borderlands 3 on PC will be shown on screen now, and also the address for that path will be on screen as well. But if you go to your save files, find the save that you've just done this on and copy it, and then paste it into somewhere else other than that folder, basically duplicating this save, then what you can do is go back into your game and kill Pain, see if he drops the EM-P5, and if not, then save and quit, tab out of your game again, copy the duplicated file that you did before you killed Pain and Terror, and then paste this into your save files. So this basically overrides you just killing Pain and Terror with a save file just before where you kill Pain and Terror. Then if you go back into Borderlands 3, go to your character selection and just go to a different character just to refresh that the new save file is being in effect, and then click play. You'll find that when you spawn in, Pain and Terror will still be there, and then you could just use this method in order to farm Pain very quickly. Also, a little tidbit: if you are on PC and using this method to farm Pain, Terror drops a lot of legendaries as well if you kill him. And what's a very simple thing to do as well is you can farm Terror and see if any legendaries drop that you might like, and if any do, then you can pick them up, go to Sanctuary, drop them off into your vault, and then if you save and quit and then replace this save file, the vault will still have the weapon that you dropped off into it, but the save file will override and you can continue doing your farm on Pain. For you PC users, to make your life easier, there will be a link to a save file just before Pain and Terror in the description, and there'll also be a link to a save file with the EM-P5 in it. First things first, from now on in these guides, I'll be playing in Mayhem 3 mode and testing them out in Mayhem 3 just to give you guys a better perspective of how well the weapon, shield, whatever does. And that's at the request of Jonte Pharaoh, and I'd have to agree with him. Using an item in normal mode doesn't always give you a very good perspective of how good the item is, so from now on I'll be doing it in Mayhem 3 just to give you a better gauge on how good it is. Straight off the bat, what I noticed is the increase in movement speed and the better accuracy whilst you're in the air gives you very high maneuverability. The ability to move faster means you could dodge a lot more of the enemy's attacks with ease, and the fact that you can then jump to further increase your maneuverability and also get increased accuracy whilst you're firing at an enemy makes it really easy to just get a lot of pot shot damage off on an enemy and then continue to dodge their attacks. This particular version I got is ×2. This does mean I'll be doing effectively double the damage, but it also means I'll be consuming double the ammo. But personally, I think the double damage damage is a lot better on this weapon, just because most of the damage you'll be doing is whilst you're in the air and jumping around an enemy. So you'll want to get as much damage off as quickly as possible, just so then you can continue to run, reload, and then jump around the enemy and shoot again. In all honesty, when I went into Mayhem 3, I wasn't expecting to do a lot of damage, but to my surprise, I was doing as much damage as if I was in normal mode, and I actually thought I was in normal mode when I spawned in at Carnivora and started to kill the enemies. Not only that, the reload speed is fairly low anyway, so the fact that you'll be reloading often is sort of balanced with the fact that your reload speed is fairly quick. The only thing I would say is obviously if you're shooting a lot of ammo and reloading very often, then you'll be burning through your total ammo very quickly. But in all fairness, I managed to go all the way up until the Tink area in Carnivora without running out of ammo, so this is a fairly well-rounded SMG in the fact that you can still do a lot of damage but not waste a lot of ammo. The catch with this, however, is that you'll probably want to get a version with ×2 damage, and if you don't, then this weapon will probably be unusable in the Mayhem modes. So this again increases the annoyance of getting this weapon to not only do you have to get this weapon, but you also have to get the version with ×2. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you found this useful. Make sure to subscribe for future legendary item guides on my channel, and yeah, see you in the next video.